Do you ever find yourself frustrated or angry at work? Whether it's due to a challenging project, a difficult colleague, or a demanding schedule. Do you wish you had better tools to handle workplace stress and maintain your professionalism, even when tensions run high? If so, this episode of the Anger Secrets podcast is for you. Hello and welcome to episode 111 of the Anger Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Alastair Duhs. Over the last 30 years, I've taught more than 15,000 men and women to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships. In this podcast, I share the same proven tools and techniques that have transformed the lives of my clients, helping them to control their anger and improve their relationships. For free support on your anger management journey, including a free training and the opportunity to book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit my website at angersecrets.com. I'd be honored to support you in taking control of your anger once and for all. Today's episode is all about how to control anger in the workplace. Let's start with a statistic that may surprise you. According to the American Psychological Association, 1 in 5 American workers report experiencing anger at work regularly. That's right, 20% of workers are dealing with anger and frustration in the workplace every single day. So, why is this such a common issue? For starters, most of us spend a significant portion of our lives at work. And when you combine long hours, tight deadlines, and high-pressure situations with different personalities and communication styles, it's no wonder that conflict and tensions arise. But here's the thing, expressing anger in the workplace doesn't just affect you. It also affects everyone around you. Whether it's through angry outbursts, heated arguments, passive-aggressive behavior, or simply a tense and uncomfortable work environment, unmanaged anger can have serious consequences for team dynamics and overall productivity. So, what can you do to manage your anger in the workplace? Here are 3 key strategies. While these strategies may seem simple, they can be very effective when implemented consistently. If you need further help controlling your anger, book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me through my website, angersecrets.com. In this call, we can discuss your specific situation and devise a tailored coaching plan to help you control your anger in just a few weeks or less. Having said that, let's look at these 3 simple strategies to manage your anger at work. Strategy 1, take a 10-second pause before reacting to any situation. When you feel your anger building, pausing before you react to the situation is almost always helpful. A simple way to do this is to count to 10 slowly, breathing deeply with each count. This strategy gives you a few moments to process your feelings, helping you to respond calmly to the situation instead of reacting in the heat of the moment. Taking a 10-second pause is particularly effective in meetings or discussions where emotions are running high. It creates a buffer zone between an event happening and your response to this event, giving you the time to think about your response rather than reacting impulsively. Strategy 2 is to reframe the situation. The second strategy to manage your anger at work is to reframe the situation you are responding to. As I have said in many previous podcast episodes, it is never the situation you are in that causes your anger. Instead, it is how you think about the situation you are in that causes your anger. So, if you are feeling angry at work, instead of focusing on what you find frustrating, try to shift your perspective to what is happening to you. For example, if you are dealing with a difficult colleague, instead of thinking of them as difficult or challenging, try to understand why they behave the way they do. They may be just as stressed out as you are and don't know how to express it constructively. Another example is that if you are dealing with a boss that you find overly demanding, instead of resenting their expectations, you could see the situation as an opportunity to test yourself or as an opportunity to practice clear communication skills. Keep a sense of perspective about the situation, and remember that no matter what is happening around you or how difficult the situation is, you always have options regarding how to respond to it. It is up to you to choose the most useful, constructive, and professional response. Strategy 3 is to practice clear communication. The third strategy to manage your anger at work is to practice clear communication skills. Communication breakdowns are often at the heart of workplace anger. Feeling like your needs or expectations are not being met can lead to frustration and resentment. That's why it's essential to communicate clearly with your colleagues, managers, and team members. As you will know, some ways of communicating are better than others. For example, avoid confrontational or accusatory language. Instead, use I statements to express how you feel in a given situation. This approach can help prevent misunderstandings and defensiveness from the other person. Another powerful way to communicate your needs and wants in a workplace setting is to use the desk model. This is a powerful model for communicating effectively with others. I have described this model in more detail in episode 78 of this podcast. But for those who want a short review, the desk model stands for D. Describe the situation or behavior that's causing you frustration. E. Express how you feel about it. S. State what you need to happen in order to resolve this issue. And C. Consequences. Explain the positive consequences of meeting your needs. For example, if you are feeling overwhelmed with your workload, instead of bottling up your frustration and risking exploding at a later time, use the desk model to communicate with your manager. You may express how you feel about the situation by saying something like, "I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed with my current workload. They need more support or resources to meet my deadlines. This will help me meet my targets and contribute to the team's success." The key in the desk model is to be clear, specific, and direct with your communication. This allows others to understand your perspective and work towards a solution together. I hope that at least one of these strategies is helpful to you. Remember, the ability to recognize, understand, and control your anger is an essential skill in any workplace. Finally, let's look at an example of someone who learned to manage their anger effectively at work. Let's call this person Tom. Tom often felt frustrated in his team meetings, especially when his ideas weren't being acknowledged. He frequently snapped at his colleagues and sometimes even felt resentment that carried into his personal life. After learning more about anger management, Tom started practicing taking a 10-second pause and reframing his thoughts. One particular concept that was helpful for Tom was the idea that it was his thoughts, not the situation itself, that was causing his anger. Tom started to apply this idea at work by remembering that his colleagues weren't intentionally ignoring his ideas, but instead they had their own perspectives and priorities. This helped him to communicate more effectively with them and address issues directly. With these strategies, Tom was able to improve his relationships with his colleagues and reduce conflict in the workplace. He also found himself feeling less stressed and more confident in expressing his ideas. Overall, Tom's new approach to managing anger improved his work life and contributed to a more positive and productive team dynamic. Okay, I hope this episode on managing anger in the workplace has been useful. If anger is an issue for you, or if it is affecting your life or the lives of anyone around you in any way, I can help. I offer a comprehensive online anger management coaching program that delivers concrete anger management results to people in just a few weeks or less. In addition, on my website, angersecrets.com, you can access free anger management training or book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me. In this call, we can discuss your specific situation and assess if I can help you control your anger once and for all. Okay, thanks for listening to this episode, and remember, you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
The Anger Secrets podcast is for general informational purposes only, and does not constitute the practice of counseling, psychotherapy, or any other professional health service. No therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this podcast. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.